Let's do ANOVA with the another alternative method which is comparatively easier. And again we estimate the population variance based upon the variability among the sample means, and we already know that we called this thing as the mean square among if we have more than two treatments, or between if we have two groups here or treatments here. We can also call it as mean square for the treatment, mean square for the model, MSA, MSB, MST, or MSM. These terms are alternatively used for the same thing. So let's calculate this mean square among with a direct and easy method. Suppose we are given three means and coming from the three treatments. So treatment A gives a mean of 12.50, B is 10.83, C is 10.17, and we sum them up. So this is the sum of these x bars, just like we did for the x's or y's we did before. And again we take the squares of these means, so this is m square or x bar square. So first mean squared as 156.25, then the second, third, and finally we sum over these sum of x bars or sum of squared means or sum of squares. And this is the sum of the individual x bars or sum of the individual numbers, and these are the sums over their squares. And how can we calculate the variance component? We know that the standard deviation for this thing, for this distribution of means, actually these are the means and they are present in a shape of this distribution, so we can call it as a distribution of means. So the standard deviation of this distribution of the means can be estimated by the standard error for this distribution of the means, and that is given by the standard deviation divided by square root of n. Same way, when we do that for samples, we replace sigma with s. So s over x bar, the standard error for these samples, the distribution of these sample means is given by the sample standard deviation divided by square root of n. And how can we get variance from this? We simply square this term, so it becomes s square or x bar, that is the variance of this distribution of the means, is given by s square divided by n. We flip around and we want to get this s square, and so this s square is the s square among or between these treatments. So s square a is given by n into s square or x bar. So that was the reason in the previous long method, when we multiplied this number of replicates over there, we had r's into the sum of those squared deviations. So this is the derivation, and this is the formula from where this thing was coming out. So is s square a is equal to n into s square over x bar. So let's calculate this s square on x bar. So that is given by this. So we want to calculate the variance for this distribution of means. So we have there the sum of these numbers. So that is sum over x bars. This term is here, and sum of their x bar squares. So that is this term. So we can put it into what we call this thing as the machine formula. We have seen that before. That is to calculate the variance. So how we can do that is we can put this thing here. So sum over x bars minus sum over x and then its square divided by n, and everything divided by n minus 1. So this is the sum of x bar squares, 376.97, it comes here, and this 33.50 comes here, divided by 3, everything divided by 2. So finally what we get here is the variance over x bars, variance for the distribution of these means, and variance among these treatments is n into s square into x bar, which is n is equal to 6 number of replicates in each of these treatments. So 6 into 1.44, So this is 8.64. So that is our mean square for the treatments, or the what we call it as the S square among. That is the mean square for the treatment or model, or between or among treatments, or whatever we call it. And now we calculate the other variance. So that is the mean square for the error within treatments, MSW, or mean square error, MSE. How can we do that? So that is S square W is given by MSW, so which is equal to mean square for error. So that is the sum of square within divided by NT minus T. That was the formula which we had before. We can get it directly like this. So S square W is equal to sum over all S squares, the individual variances for each treatment, each method. So we had three methods here. So it was S square for M1, and then S square for M2, and S square for M3. And we take all these variances and divide it by total number of variances which we are considering here. So there were three. So what we get over here is 1.01. So this is S square W is 1.01, and we got this S square among as S square A, that is 8.64. So 8.64 and 1.01. And now we either construct the ANOVA table and do this hypothesis testing. So numerator's degrees of freedom here was, the top term was this, the sum of that is the coming for this mean square for the treatments are S square T, or S square among for among treatments, or S square B. So degrees of freedom for that was treatment minus 1, it was 2, and for the denominator, the that was the error term down there. So for that the degrees of freedom is 15. So we can go into the F table and see the critical value for F. So this is the table. So our degrees of freedom are 2 here for numerator, and 15 for denominator. So it is this number, 3.68, and that's our critical number. So our F should be greater than this 3.68 in order to reject the null hypothesis, and that is possible if we get this top term, the numerator, greater than this denominator, significantly higher than this denominator. So our decision rule will reject the null hypothesis if our F calculated is greater than this F critical, that is 3.68 here. F calculated is given by MST, mean square for treatment, divided by MSE, mean square for error. So for treatment we calculated this as 8.64 divided by 1.01, 8.56, and F calculated is 8.56, which is greater than F critical, that is 3.68, and probability of finding this the F greater than this F calculated greater than this 8.56 is 0.003. Again it is less than alpha, very less than alpha, which is 0.05. So we will reject the null hypothesis, and we conclude that with an alpha of 0.05, which is the probability of type 1 error, we will reject the H naught and conclude that at least one of the means for these three methods of rain making is different.